everybody. Today we're going to be tackling a primary school question which is on the board. We will look at it a little later. This question or this type of question, they have allocated, that is the examiner has allocated 30 seconds minimum to answer the question, read and answer the question. Maximum I have seen in certain examinations, primary school, end of primary school examinations, they have allocated even 60 seconds for it. So let's assume that you are allocated 30 seconds to read and get the answer for this, arrive at the answer, correct answer for this question. The usual problem the students face is when they read the question, they know that they have to hurry up to answer the question, but they are stuck because they don't know the way out, the way to get to the point where you can answer the question within the time, at the least, that is 30 seconds. Many students, they exceed the 30 seconds, borrowing time from the next question or next questions. This is not proper. So if you ask a teacher, the teacher will tell the child, no, you did not do this question within the time, you should be quicker than this. The teacher tells the student. And as parents, you know, you always tell your child, okay, most of the time, I believe at least, you say, okay, you are not quick enough, so you are not able to finish the answer. I have stopped my stopwatch and your time is up. So the student gets frustrated, the child gets frustrated, thinking, how do I get to this? I mean, I managed to do this, but it's not satisfactory because it has taken longer, right? Now, let's look at the other side of the spectrum. This is the primary school end of year examination question, which is also we can call it as secondary school entrance examination for your child to get into a secondary school. So what happens is the secondary schools, if you want to get into the top secondary school in your country, the exams are so competitive because every parent would like the child to get into that school or schools. So therefore, what happens is that you're going to have about 3,000 to 4,000 applications to sit the entrance exam, but only 100 or maximum 200 vacancies available for the students to be taken into secondary school, that is primary school to secondary school transition. Now, what happens is this examination is critical in certain countries. I can list UK, we call it 11 plus, very competitive exam. You can ask any parents. Any parent will tell the story about their child trying to get into what we call here in UK as grammar school. But same system is also there in other countries. For example, in Singapore, they call it PSLE test, that's the examination name, and that is also equivalent to the 11 plus in UK. And in the other countries, China, India, Australia, New Zealand, and other countries in that zone, also they consider this as end of year primary school examination to get into secondary school, or end of year primary school examination. That means this child is going to go to secondary school. This is the last examination given to them. So therefore a standard question is given to them and they're supposed to be quick enough. But the countries where you don't call them primary school, such as North America, where Canada, inclusive of USA, they have what we call end of elementary school examinations, and they also have similar questions given and timed similarly as well. So the student or the child will have to be rapid enough, quick enough to get the answer done quicker. Now, what I'm going to be revealing you soon is how to answer this 30-second allocated question in just less than 3 seconds only. 3 seconds I'm talking about. That is 1, 2, 3. That is 30 seconds allocation question, completely answered in 3 seconds. That is something that your child will love, because the child has got rest of the 25 to 26 and 27 seconds out of that. Up to 90%, I would say, the child has got the time, 90% of 30 seconds saved, up to 90, depending on how much time the child takes to read the question. Maybe a second or two is good enough. And so therefore, that many seconds translated into minutes and sometimes hours, because if you have many questions or most of the questions are answered this way, in a minute you are going to see how it is being done. Is the child is going to have about 25-30 minutes possibly out of 1.5 hours paper examination saved. That means completed all the questions with confidence of very quickly getting to the answer, and you still have time. That time is precious for the child, because number one, careless mistakes can be checked within the time in a relaxed mode. That means you have completed the exam, you are checking for careless mistakes. Even more better is this, that the child can look into doing that paper, redo the paper, not rechecking for errors, redo the paper and see whether your mind has played any trick of making something, some assumption wrong, etc., and redoing the whole paper very, very, very quickly, because you already gone through the questions. You don't have to read the question, taking that time. You know the question already. Your brain will keep that in memory, so you quickly redo the paper. Lots of advantage for those students, and that is how a grammar school student or the student applying for private school or good secondary school in other countries will have to score high, especially maths, at 100%, and this way the child has got a good chance, a very good chance of scoring 100%, because the child has got plenty of time to do the question. Now, I have explained to you exactly what the child feels and how we are going to do this question in 3 seconds, which is going to be unfolding in front of you if you continue to watch this video. And the question, let's read the question for the child and let's look at it. All of you can read it, I believe, with me. A plant grows by 1/6 of its height every 31 days. On 1st of August, its height was 21 inches. Right here, it says 21 inches. What was its height on 1st of July of the same year? Let's assume it's 2018. Let me repeat the question in my own words, if I may. What the question says is a plant is growing. Of course, the plant will grow. And on 1st of July, it was a height which is not disclosed in the question, but we know the height after 31 days on 1st of August. And what extra information given is for 31 days the plant grows from its previous height by 1/6 of that height every 31 days. So that means we don't know the height on the 1st of July, we know the height on 1st of August. But if it is known 1st of July, it would have gone by 1/6 to the height which has been given on 1st of August. Is everybody clear about that? Hopefully so. So we go and tackle this question. We need to realize one thing, that this is a fraction related question. So therefore, the 1/6 is from the previous height 31 days back. So if we are given the height 31 days afterwards, which is on the 1st of August, so therefore we have to increase the denominator and say 1/7 of that height given will be the growth or the height increase for the 31 days. We have to realize that. So let's go through this. The first one is, it's called technique. So we will write the technique. So please concentrate, because so important that you concentrate and get the principles right and the steps right. And I'm going to say ST1 for step 1. And the step 1, as I said, we should realize the fraction of 1/6 is going to be 1/7, because we are going to increase this by +1. That's all you need to do. Is it not taking less than 1 second for you? It's easy. And step 2 right now is this. Now, we have increased it to 1/7. So take this height of 21 inches and multiply by 1/7, and that will give you 3 inches right here. So I put inches there, right? INS. And that is 3 inches. Step 2 is not taking less than 1 second again, if you know how to do that. Now, step 3 should give us the answer. So this 3 inches, I'm going to minus it from what's given in the question as 21 inches. So that will work out to be 18 inches right there. And this 18 inches is the answer for that. So what was the height on 1st of July? The answer is 18 inches. Did we not do that in less than 3 seconds? Step 1, less than 1 second. Step 2, less than 1 second. Step 3, less than 1 second. Now, is everybody clear? And just look at it again. I just pause for a second or two for you to understand exactly how it is done within 3 seconds. The children must be thrilled, because how quickly we got to the answer when it is given minimum of 30 seconds. Now, this is not good enough, but I have to explain to the students or the children and also the parents that this answer is right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go and do a proof. I'm going to just write it in a different color to differentiate. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take what we have arrived and then go back to the question and prove that it is 21 inches height on 1st of August. So I'm going to take this on July. This is 18 inches. And you know, in the question it says it grows for 31 days, it grows by 1/6. So I'm going to multiply this by 1/6. It grows to see how much it has grown from 1st of July to 1st of August. And you know, it is 3 inches, and we put 3 inches right there. Now, that 3 inches, it has grown. It was 18 before. So the second step of proof is 18 inches plus this 3. What we have got here is 21 inches. This is not the height that we had in the question right here, 21 inches. So I have proved the answer I got using this less than 3 seconds technique to come back and go back to the question and prove that it is 21 inches exactly on the 1st of August of this year, I said. So I've done the question in less than 3 seconds. I've given you the proof back. That means you are crystal clear how to do a question like this if it appears in the examination for primary school. So is everybody happy with that? I hope so. And I'm sure your parents, teachers, they must have absolutely 100% understood exactly what happened here. And this must be even amazing for them that it can be done in 3 seconds. Now, given that, I have to tell you a few things about it. I told about the examinations that they test, including 11 plus in UK, and there I have dedicated a blog site which is called secretmathstechniques.com. As you probably see, it's also running at the bottom of the video there. So it is called a blog site called secretmathstechniques.com. Why did I dedicate this? Because I want to be posting or publishing questions and answers like this onto the blog site. It is not just giving the question. I'm going to give you the steps, the techniques, and everything. So let me go through the special features that I have incorporated with the blog site. Number one, if you go to the blog site, your child or your student, if you are a teacher, will go through all those questions there. There's quite a few number of questions there, and your child can go through each one of them. That's the first advantage what you got. The second advantage what you got is this. Now, what I have done is that when your child or the student reads the question, it is timed. It is timed with 00000, as you probably see here, and as you start button, when you click on it, it will start as soon as your child or the student has started reading the question. And you time the child and see how long the child or the student took. That is, at the time the student says, okay, this is my answer, Dad, or this is my answer, teacher, you stop it here, then you know how many seconds. It could be 40, it could be 45 seconds, it could be even 60 seconds they have consumed. Doesn't matter, because this is how you knew how your child would have done if this question had appeared or will appear in the final examination for primary school. That is the second advantage. First, you have so many questions of this nature. In the block site, go and have a look at it. Secondly, they are timed. That means you can time your child or student and see how the student has fared with timing in this question. Second advantage. The third advantage is the answer with the steps, the technique and the step 1, step 2, step 3 answer is not readily given. There's a button there saying answer, and you go and click on that. After your child has arrived at the answer will unfold. So the third advantage is your child will not see the technique before she or he answers that specific question. That is to the advantage, because you want to see how your child could do this question first, and then you reveal how quickly this can be done. To their thrill and amazement, they will see, oh, it can be done in 3 seconds or less. I should have done it that way. And they realize where they have wasted their time, etc. So the third advantage is that you got the answer hidden. You click on this, then after your child has gone through the answer, now the child will check, okay, I got the wrong answer, this is the right answer. Again, the proof is also given in the answer itself. Where possible, I've already inserted that. So the child will say, oh, this must be the right answer. That is 18 inches on the 1st of July of the same year. Now, the fourth advantage you have is, the first advantage is that there are many questions, please go and do it. The second advantage is that you got this timed, where you can time your child. The third advantage is your answer is hidden. The fourth advantage is that you have a similar question with the numbers only changed as practice question below this answer, so that your child can attempt this. So what you have to do is, now you don't go and disclose this. This is already, the child has seen the three-step technique, and now the child knows exactly how to do it, and go and do an identical question with the numbers changed and see. So that means if the child can, now you time the child yourself and see if the child was able to do it so quickly within 3 seconds, that means you know your child has mastered the technique with the 3 steps. That is the fourth advantage. Please visit the blog site. That is to your advantage, and so many advantages. And more than anything, I welcome your comments. If you go to the blog site, leave your comments, please, because I welcome your comments, because that will give me the ability to continually improve the blog site for your advantage, obviously. And for you, I want to make things easier for the children so that they can follow this. Hundreds and hundreds, many questions are going to be posted to the blog. It is regularly posted. Please visit the blog regularly, every few days, at least 1 or 2 days gap. And please regularly visit the blog site. You will see another question, then your child can do that question and do it through that. That is one thing. And the most important thing I have to say is that there's a space when you go into the blog. There's an email address space there. If you leave your email address, that is the parents or teachers, if you leave your email address, time to time I do have blog posts of emails sent, because that will have so many questions together. It will be like a maths paper of a dozen questions, or even 10 questions or 9 questions sent to those people, that is those parents who have got the email address left on the blog site. There's a space for it. Please leave your email address. If you don't leave the email address, I won't be able to send it to you. I'm so sorry. In which case, those who have left it will receive those mail shots, bulk email shots, and you will have these papers, these questions to go through, or your child can tackle them through. And maybe I will repeat some of these questions, 1 or 2 maybe out of the 12, and then the child knows, okay, this question I did it with 3-second technique like this, so here we go, this is how I'm going to do it, and you will see the improvement of the child or the student right then and there. So please leave your comments, leave your email address. I will be in touch with you. You can be in touch with me. You can go from the blog side to the video link. There's a link there, and I believe from the YouTube video also you should be able to go through the blog site, because the blog site address is secretmathstechniques.com. I very much appreciate your patience and most importantly your valuable time, and thank you very much again. Have a good day.